Hey there, beautiful Facebook people. This will probably go on my YouTube too, so hello everyone. For those of you who don't know who I am Andrew John, if this is your first time watching a video. And I wanted to jump on to talk to you guys this Wednesday morning about how I'm wrong about things, and I probably will be wrong about things again at some point in the future, and how I've come to a place where I'm totally okay with it and will unashamedly admit if I've been wrong. So I came across a post that I did a few years ago, and it was about how I realized how wrong I was about a few different things. So I still have a blog, but I've been blogging for many years. And when I first started blogging, I had a blog and it was called Truth in Love. And I was kind of writing my journey, what I had been learning after my encounter with God and different experiences that I was having, some of them that were new, but really like amazing revelation that I had that was changing my life, and I wanted to share it with everyone, right? So I was writing it. And then a few years ago, I was reading some of the first blog posts I made, and I was just like, wow, I was kind of wrong about this. Not necessarily wrong. Let me correct that. It's not that I was wrong. It's that my perspective was limited. I was seeing one side of the coin, or as much as I was talking truth, I wasn't speaking in love. I was being a little harsh, judgmental, critical. And I did do a video about the difference in how we should judge, right? Like judgment, if judgment is resulting in condemnation or punishment, we're doing it wrong. That's not godly judgment. A godly judgment is always with the thought, I want to make things right. How do I make things right? How do I reconcile this? How do I make this whole? How do I make this complete? So I was reading and I was like, wow, I was so wrong. And one of the things I was wrong about that I mentioned in this post, and I'll probably share it later on today, but it was my thoughts on churches and church leaders, and some bad judgments, negative judgments, critical judgments I was making on churches and church leaders because I wasn't one and I didn't know, and I was really speaking out of ignorance and speaking out of lack of compassion and experience. And at that point, we had Jesus House already, and I think we were a year in. Again, Jesus House happened like organically. We didn't plan it. And we were a year in, and I realized like, wow, like all this stuff I was saying about churches and pastors was so wrong and so critical. And I really wasn't having compassion or understanding towards it, simply because I didn't have experience. It's a lot easier to criticize from the stands, like whether you're watching it on TV or you're in the stands and you're watching a football game or a baseball game or a basketball game, it's very easy from the sidelines for you to say, do this, do that, like you got to do this, you got to do, and criticize these players. But when you're in the arena playing too, when you're in the arena fighting, it's a whole different perspective, whole different concept. And I've kind of learned to only listen to those who are in the arena fighting, because usually, I can't say at this point in time that it's 100%, but most of the time, those people fighting in the arena, they're cheering you on too. They're not being critical, and they're helping you because they know what it's like to fight in the arena. They know what it takes, and they're going to root you on because you're in the arena with them. And they're like, oh no, you're going to fight this battle. You're going to do great. But the people who are in the stands, it's so easy for them to be criticizing you because they're just up there watching everything, have a whole different perspective, and they don't know what it's like to be on the ground, to be in the arena. But so it's important for you to only listen to those people who are in the arena. Now, I was wrong about that But I also have been wrong about other things. And in some things, it's not necessarily that I was wrong, but my perspective was skewed. I wasn't really seeing things from like fully, like all the perspectives. So I was making judgments and had thoughts and all that stuff that I should not have had. So, and then I've taught because I've been teaching for several years, and now I'm kind of like really coming out and teaching and being bold in what I'm teaching because I feel a lot more confident in what I'm teaching. And one of the things that kept me quiet, if I'll be honest, like when I was reading the post I made in 2018, one of the things I said is that I don't think I'm going to blog anymore. I don't think I'm going to teach anymore because I don't want to teach anybody anything that could potentially be wrong. And how do I know I'm wrong? And that was really coming from a spirit of fear. Like, how horrible is it for me to go around through life worried about, oh, I have it wrong, I'm not going to teach someone. If something's brought me freedom, I'm always going to be quiet. I'm always going to shut my mouth. But how bold and courageous it is to teach something that has helped you and has worked for you or whatever. And in that moment, it's truly amazing and can help someone else. But you're courageous enough to do it knowing, I may be off here or there, but this really changed my life and it could help somebody else. And you know what? And if you find out a year, 2 or 3, 4 or 5 years that you were a little off at that point, you have to trust God that as you were on the journey that he was protecting people, and that only what was good kind of stuck, if that makes sense to you. So I've come to a place now where I'm confident enough in what I've studied, what I've learned over the last several years, and my experiences and my trials and errors to teach what I'm teaching right now. And there's things that I'm learning and that I've been learning over the last year that I haven't yet taught on, because I feel like I still need to process it and I still need to make sure that it's solid enough to share. So I only share those things that I feel are solid enough. And there may be things in the future that are slightly off or slightly wrong. And you know what? That's okay. I'm telling you guys right now, if anyone ever tells you they have the answers and they have all the answers and that's it, end of story, you need to question them. You really do. Because no one does. I mean, like, the only answer in life that I think any Christian can say they have is Jesus. Like, that's the only thing. That's like the non-negotiable. Jesus is the answer, and we can look to him. But even the things that we see in the life of Jesus, if we're being honest, sometimes it's really skewed by our filters and our perspectives, our experiences, and our strongholds, whether good or bad. So we have to recognize that we have a perspective and we have a way of thinking. And that's okay. That's the way it's supposed to be. We are a body. Everyone has a different function. The finger, they're all about the finger and the hand. Like, that's their thing. That's their mojo. And you know what? The finger should be all about the finger and the hand so that it learns and knows everything about the finger and the hand so it functions properly. But there also needs to be that overlying umbrella where there's an understanding of the finger and the hand are there for a purpose compared to the whole body and what the whole body does. Because when it does that, it can be a better finger and hand. That's such a bad example, but hopefully you guys are following. But yeah, guys, like, I've been wrong before about things. And I'll probably be wrong again. And as someone who is about to have their first published book, Journey comes out Tuesday, so excited. As someone who has their first, published book coming out, and I'm coaching and I'm teaching and I'm speaking, leading, I've been leading for several years, but now more so more independently. I'm just okay with being wrong because it's how I learn, it's how I grow. And then when I mess up or I do something wrong or whatever, I can share with you guys like, hey guys, like, this was wrong, I messed up. If you're experiencing the same thing or you know, you're kind of going around the mountain on this thing. This is what helped me. And then maybe it'll help you, you know, that's the way it is. And same thing with you. If you're wrong, who gives a snap? The most important thing is that you recognize you're wrong. Because when you recognize you're wrong, you can just shift direction and go in the right direction. And even right and wrong, like I'm at a point in my life where, yeah, there's things that are black and white. There's things that are right and wrong. There's things that are good and evil, but not everything is just so simple. And if you think about it, what did Adam and Eve eat from? The tree of good and evil. Because they wanted to know good and evil. And when you're so focused on good versus evil all the time, you're going to miss the beauty of wisdom and life because your focus is on good and evil. So when you're so black and white, everything's like that. Let me tell you, it is a condemned, self-righteous, judgmental life. And I'm not about that. I'm so not about that life. I try to catch myself all the time. There's times I find myself like, dude, I'm being so judgmental right now. Sometimes not right away. Like sometimes it takes me a while to realize how judgmental I'm being. But really judgmental attitudes come from a place of self-righteousness, pride, and really fear. Like worried that someone's going to take you off your little pedestal. And it's just not cool. Like not cool at all, guys. Not cool at all. So I don't want to be that way. I don't like when I see people being that way. Doesn't lead anywhere, anyone good. Really not founded on love, but control. So I've been wrong. I'll probably be wrong again. Sorry to tell ya. I'm okay with it though. So hopefully you're okay with it. And know this, you've been wrong. And you'll be wrong again. And I'm okay with it. And I just hope that you're okay with it. And be okay with it. As long as you're willing to learn and grow from it. There's nothing, you know, you don't have to feel less than if you find out you're wrong. Or like go discovering something and realize you're wrong. It doesn't make you less than. It actually makes you pretty courageous and incredible. Because you now can adjust and become a better person. Because it's not about what you do. It's about who you are. That's really what matters. So I'm going to leave you with that for our Wednesday wisdom. Let's call it our Wednesday wisdom. I've been wrong. I'll be wrong again. You've been wrong. You'll be wrong again. And it's okay. As long as we're learning and growing from that, becoming better people, becoming more like Him, reflecting Him, that's really all that matters. So grow. Don't worry about being right. Don't get stuck in your way of thinking because you want to be right. Life is not about being right. Life is about truth. Truth is what sets us free. And sometimes you're going to find out that freedom comes from acknowledging, I've been wrong. And I'll be wrong again. Because we don't know everything. We're not God. So that's it, guys. Wednesday wisdom. If this has blessed you, I'm going to ask you for a favor. And I don't usually do this, so it's a little awkward for me, but I've been told I need to. And I agree that I do. So I'm not doing it because I've been told. I'm doing it because I really think that the content I share will help people. So if this content has helped you, if you're like, Andrew, you're so right. Oh my gosh, I've been wrong. I'll be wrong again. You've been wrong. I know you've been wrong, and you'll be wrong again. But it's okay because it leads us to the path of truth. If that speaks to you and resonates with you, I'm going to ask that you share this video with your, your social media friends and family so that they can receive that same freedom from it and let go of the stress that comes with trying to be right all the time. So yeah, share this video. My name is Andrea John. My name is Andrea John. I'm an author, I'm a speaker, and I'm a coach, and more importantly, I'm a daughter of God, just trying to share His love and message on this earth to bring this earth back to the way that He designed it to be. Love you guys. Bye.